let's see what this is gonna be. Okay. I mean, kinda true. And also I zoom. I literally had a desk like that. Like, that's the sickest thing ever.
We're all becoming isolated.
It's a video game, but you play it on the internet. And so it's not just you sitting at home lonely, sitting in front of your flickering screen. So there are people there that are playing the game at the same time.
The term that a lot of people use to refer to these games is MMORPG, and that comes from it's sort of built over time. So it started with RPG, which is a role-playing game, and then you put O on the front of that. Now you've got online role-playing game, and then the MM is massively multiplayer. So we have massively multiplayer online role-playing game.
Wow.
MMORPG, impossible to pronounce, but I call it Morpeg.
What do you mean impossible to pronounce? You just said it.
You go to a 9-to-5, job. You have bills. You've got mortgages. You've got kids. You've got, just the mundane existence of life.
A lot of players have what they perceive as dead-end jobs. They're paper pushers. They're nameless secretaries. And they log on to these worlds, and suddenly there's someone with power.
I mean, to be honest, that's I don't know, I find this kind of approach to stuff like right.
I don't know if it's because I dropped everything and just moved out here, and maybe Anthony and Matt and Chris, they saw that and they just accepted me into their crazy little group.
For the longest time, we called him Whack. And, they'd say, oh, Whack's moving out here. I'd be like, what? What, seriously? Doesn't he live in, California? I think Andy was just bored, to tell you the truth.
I just wanted to say that I kind of think that this is somewhat right approach to this thing. Like, if you have a job, literally I just resigned from my job, so it's I don't give a shit about that anymore, but it's just I think that if you have a job that you not really want to do, but it's the only thing you can do, not everybody have a chance to do the job of their dreams and stuff, and also sometimes those kind of jobs doesn't exist, because I mean, now they pay for sleeping because the sleeping, the sleeping streams, but it's I think that's a good way to just look forward to something in your life until maybe something else happens. It's sometimes there is this various things like either death or I don't know, getting a stroke or whatever, but you have a job that you don't like and then you are playing games, and it's you come back home, you also have a wife and kids, of course, but if you actually have something that is this thing that makes you a little bit happy. So I think that's a right approach, I mean, it's still kind of if you hate everything around your life, why are you even doing this? But yeah. But yeah, I think that's a right approach,
sitting in the break room, in the smoking break room, and I cracked my knuckles, in a manner much like this, and he goes, "Play video games?" It's why? He's yeah,
it's yeah, you do this, it's a sign.
It's funny, but these people that I'm friends with now are people that I've stayed friends with longer than almost anybody I've ever known.
Yeah, and also you meet friends in WoW, you meet girlfriends in WoW, I think that's a healthy
He's the executive officer. He's the one that gets stuff done.
The Alliance wins the pennant.
Do you believe in miracles?
Wow, that was very
We live together, we eat together, we all work together. I'm not going to say we sleep together, but Yeah, we
But
do
I
a
mean,
lot
to be
together.
honest, that sounds very
These
healthy. Like,
guys
there is
are the
like
closest friends
dudes
I've
who
ever
are
had.
like just doing stuff, living normal
That's the love
life,
of my
and
life
also
here,
playing a
and
game and being friends.
I
So
don't
it's
regret
like
anything.
looking at
I
this
have
as
no
if it's
regrets.
addiction
I tend
or
to
an
think of
illness,
synthetic
it's
worlds
kind
as
of
a
fucked up to
frontier,
me, to be honest.
and we need to understand why populations are moving there. Now, it's not like people are moving physically there, but what's happening is the amount of time of attention that we have is moving there in very, very large quantities, very, very rapidly. Well, most of these games, you start out with nothing. What if we had a world where everybody started at the same starting line? Daily life doesn't afford that kind of equality of opportunity.
I mean, who doesn't want to, log into a game where you get to jump into a starfighter, and at the other end of the spectrum, go and slay dragons?
I mean, to be honest, like, I always made, like, my name in game. So it's like, I would be just like, I mean, it's like I always had my name, but to be honest, I find it cool. I find it cool whenever I stumble, like, upon, like, random videos that are just, like, of people meeting each other, like, if they know themselves in a game or, like, streaming on Twitch and stuff, and it's like, I find it really cool when they just, like, say, like, I am this and that, and then they just, like, introduce themselves like that. I find it, like, really cool, to be honest. I mean, I'm probably only one person, but it's like, if somebody came up to me and said that they are this and that person from my chat, I would be like, oh shit, that's cool, Because, like, what does it tell you if somebody tells you their name, and you don't know their real name, but you only know them, like, from the game and stuff? But yeah. And also, to be honest, like, I never had, like, any online experience ever. Like, it's not that I wasn't allowed, but I think, like, the fact I was born in 95, I never had, like, a chance to do anything. I don't know, maybe because I developed really slowly and stuff, and, like, only my brother was playing games and shit, and also it always been, like, he was, like, very stigmatized for that, because he was sitting till 1 or 2 a.m. or something. And it's always been a problem, and also additionally, he liked to listen to music, which is just like, I mean, he was more into hip-hop and stuff, but like, I kinda can understand now. And like, I think because of him, and because of how he was like screamed on in my house, it's like, that's why I always like listen to stuff silently, and it's always like, I have this like PTSD, like, literally taken from him. Like, I feel like what he's feeling, because each time I was always like playing something or doing something, I was doing it silently. Like, I have a big trouble like listening stuff on headphones because my ears are just fucked up and whatever. But it's like each time I was like listening something, I was doing this very, very like very quietly and stuff, and that's how I just like learned to do things. But yeah, that's a thing for me, at least.
I'm a really, really long way away.
But yeah, I never had like
That's
an
the only
online
reason to wheel them out.
experience. But
Number
like,
3 was
since
a
I
married
started
woman
my
with
Twitch
children
channel,
who,
of
was
course,
supposed
I
to be
met my
separated
boyfriend,
and wasn't.
and now we are almost 4 years.
That was a roller coaster.
Yay! So yeah.
And then there did come the other guild member who was
But
the
yeah,
first
it's
one in
just
our
like,
guild
I can
that didn't
understand
have,
this like
a significant
way
other
of
either.
thinking in here. Why did they record it like that?
Heather felt a little challenged by this other person.
She did flirt back.
I mean, I would feel
People
pretty
hadn't flirted back
challenged
with him,
too.
because that was the kind of guild that we have.
Girl X was flirtatious with me.
Why would I get so jealous? There's more going on here than a little flirtation, on my part at least.
Started off as kind of like a blind date.
Then we went to the headsets, and then from there, like, why don't we do?
I mean, that's a really nice way.
Just seeing each other on the cameras, and then
I think that's a really like nice way, because it's like mostly people are just like choosing people based on how they look, and sometimes for people it's just like, oh, this person is ugly and whatnot. But like, if you analyzed what these people like, it ends up that they literally have like everything that they want from each other, but just this thing that this other person think the other one doesn't look like they want them to look like. It's a problem. So it's like, I think kind of like online meeting people is like good, because you are literally have a chance to like meet this person and just like talk with them. And then you can just like determine, I mean, it's kind of hurtful if you are like on a date and then you are just like, I like you very much, everything is great and stuff, and we can be boyfriend, girlfriend online, but like I don't see it in real life because it's like you don't look like the way I want. It's like, sometimes it kind of sucks, but otherwise I think it's kind of like relationships kind of like work out. And it's like really nice because it just shows that people can like meet and be in love with people that they never seen, and they get to know their brain before they look, you know? I think that's a really good thing, to be honest. Like, it's baffling to me how it used to be like the gamers used to be perceived like in those years. Like, even though it's 2008, 2000 and whatever, like, it's kind of like weird, because now it kind of makes sense, but before it was just like something wild, and it's just like, I don't know. Boop.
And we just kind of started joking around, and from that it just kind of grew into a big giant mess, where now we're living 3,000 miles away. And
yeah, completely in love with each other, and trying to figure out who's moving where and how things are going to work out.
I knew I was sick from playing it. I knew I had to stop.
I mean, if somebody is playing something for a whole day and doesn't eat and doesn't do anything, that's kind of sick, but
same level as everyone else. Just starting out in this game.
I'm trying to like separate this stuff personally.
I'm just going to keep playing. I'm not going to stop. And that's what I did. I mean, 14, 16 hours a day easily. I'd fall asleep in front of the computer, wake up, keep going. I would go across the street, buy 2-liter bottles of soda, and then when those bottles empty, if I was in a raid or something, I wouldn't even get up to go take a piss. I'd just piss right in the bottle. Just piss in the bottle and then keep playing the game.
I mean, that's kind of like, it starts to be kind of sick. Like, if somebody is like able to like wake up, eat breakfast, then game and do something else in a day, then it's like good, even if it's like 8 hours of gaming, but at least you have time to do other stuff.
I got foreclosed on my house. I was thinking about killing myself. I wanted to kill myself. I wanted to end my life. I was thinking of ways I can do it, because I couldn't face anyone. I just could not face my family or anything after all this. So I wanted
I mean, it's like a thing that whenever you are like... Here is the thing, like, if somebody is... Like, for example, what I do is, like, I literally sit at the PC for, like, for literally a whole day. I wake up and that's almost the first thing I do, but it's just, like, in between I do a lot of stuff. Like, I very frequently, like, get up and whatnot. Like, even on my streams I'm doing a frequent breaks, because it's also, like... I have this thinking that if I am like playing something for such a long time, I got to like drink something and eat something, and then also like pee. That would be kind of hard for me to pee even to wake up, you know, because I don't have a dick. But yeah, it's like I kind of like think that even when I am like streaming and make these frequent breaks, it kind of gives like a sign if somebody might be like watching me and might have a problem with this kind of stuff. They might be just like, you know, if I am like having these breaks like 10 minutes or something because I have to pee or like find something to eat or whatever, then it's just like I'm kind of like, you know, thinking of like giving a sign to like, if I happen to have somebody like watching my streams or whatever, to just like get up and do something too, because it's going to like take 10 minutes or something or like, I don't know, you are not going to miss anything because I mostly just like put my BRB screen and stuff, but yeah, it's just like, that is kind of sick. Like, if somebody doesn't even like get up to pee, it starts to be like a really sick thing. Like, I can understand that, like, you know, how raids work. Like, I never ever did that in my life, or never really like watched it. Maybe just once I watched like Asmongold doing this, but like, I understand that you have to do something from the beginning to end, and there is like no pausing in that. Like, I can understand this, but like, it should be just like 1 or 2 days, and not like, you know, every single day of the month, of the year, just like doing this and not doing anything else. So it's just like, I can understand this partially, but also this, what this guy was talking about was kind of like, yeah, started to be sick. Like, this is sick. Not just like playing like many hours in a day, but like, if playing it's like the main thing you do and you don't even sleep, then it starts to be sick.
5% of people know the people who live next door to them in every direction. And why is that? Because the TV news tells us they're all crazy and are going to, you know, you're going to get involved in their marital problems, or they're going to borrow your lawn.
Actually, kind of funny thing that my boyfriend just wrote to me is like, if you look at the girls that used to be like gamers and stuff, they all look like, I'm not going to say they aren't attractive, because they are probably attractive to other people, but it's like they look normal. That's the thing, they look normal. And now every single girl have to have like boobs bigger than their freaking heads and stuff, and it's just like, and they just have to be like literally naked no matter what season of the year is. Which is just kind of like weird to me. Like, why can't people just look normal? To be honest. Like, I understand it's kind of like, you would probably click on a video instead of mine, you would click on a video of a girl that is literally half naked and stuff, but like, also I think that it should be just like a thing that you shouldn't be like clicking because you are horny or something. I don't know, it's just like, it's just this weird thing that is happening now, that girls look like, you know, like all of those models and stuff, and it's kind of like, it feels dystopian, to be honest. It kind of feels like weird, because people used to look normal. Even though at the beginning of the documentary they shown these girls, and like, there was this blonde girl, she looked pretty like hot and normal and stuff, and it's like, why can't just girls look like that? It's like, I understand showing off some cleavage and whatnot, but it's just like, it kind of makes me wonder, to be honest. Kind of makes me wonder, like, why this is a thing now. Like, why can't you just be comfortable instead of just like doing this for somebody? You should be doing this for yourself, to be honest. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird thing to me. And also I should wear like glasses, to be honest, because I can barely see this thing. Well, yeah.
Or never bring it back, or whatever. Right? You're going to get involved with some people that you don't know and you don't want to know. And
but
so
it's just like a weird thing to me. People used to look normal. What happened?
And if you look at all of human
what
history,
kind of chemicals are in the water
and
now?
Online games provide is this place where it's safe.
And to be honest, normal looking girls can also be hot.
It is something of a gamer Shangri-La. There's hundreds of gamers.
There's like half a sheet.
Oh. Did you poo?
No.
That's enough then, isn't it? Apparently it's not enough.
To be honest, I can literally feel this on like the spiritual level, because I just had that like
an airport, finding Continental,
like last year.
Luggage carousel, waiting on the,
and I literally like, I can understand every single thing they are getting through. Because I literally had this thing going on. yeah, waiting on this freaking airport, getting my shit, and then just like seeing him. Yeah, the editing on this video is really
You're a whole
cool.
lot shorter than I thought you'd be.
Oh yeah, my character is tall. You thought I'm gonna be tall?
Into your mind, and you just, it's not only affecting you consciously, but it's also there subconsciously.
I mean, it's really like good that they show both sides of this. Like in this documentary, it's really like, I think it's really like good of them to like make this documentary this way, and also like, yeah, this what this guy gets through is actually like sick. Like I think so too, cause like I don't think I might be addicted, even though I'm sitting at the computer all day, but like I am doing stuff in between, and sometimes I don't even like get to my laptop like you know, in the morning. Like sometimes I'm literally just like skipping on that because I have other things to do too. So it's like I don't think I have this like problem, but it's like, yeah, you could like say it's kind of like alcohol. I don't think it's exactly like this, because if you are like driving somewhere, you are not going to like kill somebody because you are like, you know, you are not sober and stuff. But yeah, it's cool that there were like considerate people about that before, who wanted to like help and do other such things, you know. And I think it's like really a good thing that they are also showing this in this documentary. But yeah, I mean, I kind of can understand this, because it's not like I've been on a rehab from games, but I was in a rehab place, and they had to like lie on my papers that I was like addicted to like, I don't know, pills or some shit, because my parents thought that it would be a good idea to get me to the rehab place with all those drug addicts and alcoholics. Of course it didn't end as it should have ended, you know, like you all can imagine the worst scenario, and that was literally what happened to me. But yeah, it's like I can kind of like understand this, that they made like a separate like place for that from my understanding, like this house is just like a place that they are just can come there and write to themselves, exercise and do stuff. But yeah, I was on the other side, because there was no such places like that in my country, wherever I am from. But yeah, it's just like, I can understand that part too. Like I am literally on both sides of this like documentary here. But yeah.
So you really, for me, I really felt like I was a puppet on strings. And there was somebody just pulling my
I
strings.
never felt like that. They thought that I am addicted, but I wasn't.
Their brain was rewired.
I wasn't even sitting that long at my PC. I was like hanging out with my friends, and then after that I was writing online with them.
It came to
So
a point
it's
where I
like,
went outside and
that was like very
everything was just
unwanted
blurred,
help
and
that
my
I
mind
got.
was just completely focused on the game. I would actually see the graphics of the game just played out in my head, and my ears they felt like there was a voice just pressing my head. My ears would ring, and everything in the real world just began to look like it was fake. It did. The only thing that looked real to me anymore was watching the little animated figures run across the screen.
Gold farmers, that's a word that the media loves
Oh
to use.
jeez, yeah.
You could
To be honest, like in China or like Japan or whatever, they have this kind of like places where they literally have like a one big house that is just like full of like girls like live streaming, and like they literally even have like a fake books as the decorations, just to seem more like humane and to seem more like she actually reads something or whatever, but it's a fake book. It's just literally a thing painted like this book, and it's like so sick to me. Like, and they used to have like places like that too, like it's just like a one big farm in some country or whatever, that they are just like doing this kind of stuff. It's kind of sick to me that there's also a thing like that. I understand people, like normal people, spending their time. Like, for example, me just like grinding in games and whatever, but it's like, that is just like a very sick thing to me. This is like, I understand, like, people want money and shit, but it's like, at this point it's just weird that they have like the, literally a company that farms like streamers and gamers and stuff. That just baffles my mind. I don't even know, like, how to even like approach this topic. It's just like so messed up to me.
Say outsourcing.
Like, instead of like doing something because you want to do it, you just must do it.
Whenever they see someone, you know, who is just, you know, farming for gold, they automatically assume it's a Chinese gold farmer. There's probably some basis in reality for that.
I don't think it's just because those are Chinese players, because people in China can also play WoW, I think, right? But it's just like...
Countdown to Burning Crusade. No matter who you
but
are,
I think it's
no
just
how much
like
gear you have,
the fact that you see somebody that is just like doing something suspicious, you instantly know that you don't like this person because you want to enjoy the game and you want other people to enjoy the game too, not just use this as some corporate bullshit.
Does this show commitment by, you know, displacing yourself from the place that you've lived all of your life and...
I mean, it shows, and it's also like probably the biggest like weaponized thing in a relationships too. It's like, oh, I've came from other part of the world to you, you dumb bitch, and then you are just like not loving me anymore.
That was pretty huge too.
So I went in and I broke it open, and there he was sitting on the rocking chair in front of the computer with the EverQuest game on it, and he'd shot himself.
Oh shit!
And it was because of the game. And
holy fuck! Well, that's quite sick in my opinion. Also, too, like killing yourself over a game or a computer or whatever.
It was actually love at first sight. I think the closest thing I've ever had to it is as soon as we met each other, everybody else in the room sort of got invisible.
To be honest, that's actually nice, and I can understand this very much. Like, I literally got through it, so it's like... That's very nice. That's very nice to see people who have nice lives after they met in a game. That's really cool, in my opinion. That's like... That's how life should be. You meet somebody, you are happy with this person, doesn't matter how you meet this person. I get so many questions, like, I mean, in real life about how I met my boyfriend and how was it that I flew to him, to America and stuff.
You stopped playing, you got a job, and...
I mean, that's good for him, like, I don't see... To be honest, this part of, like, documentary... Wait, I have to pause it for a second to get my thought. Like, this part of documentary with this guy kinda... At some point, I was like... I had no idea if he actually stopped playing game or he's like salty about not playing the game or whatever. But now it's like good that I finally understand that he doesn't play, but he's also like angry at this very much. I mean, I can understand this like, you know, the anger that he has, but it's just like, I don't know. Just this part of documentary gives like a really kind of weird vibes to me. Like, I literally had no idea what's going on each time this guy was, like, shown on the screen. I was like, what is going on? What does this go through? And it's like, he's, like, not playing anymore, and this other dude is, like, playing. But, like, he's so angry at not playing that he hates it so much. Yeah, I don't know, I just had to, like, say it out loud to, like, get this sorted out in my head, I think. But I think that's how it looks. I don't know. I'm just trying to understand.
That was possibly one of the geekiest weddings that I've ever seen.
I thought it was cute.
You thought it was cute, and they had me on the
Oh
regular
shit, they
wedding.
had
I
even
tears in my eyes,
on
and then
the...
they went to go play EQ.
Oh, that's so nice. That's really cool. To be honest, like, I'm not really into, like, weddings and shit, but if I had to choose, I would love to have, like, a wedding in a game and then also have it, like, in real life on some kind of, like, gaming event. That's, like, really cute, like, seriously. That's, like, so
I think
nice.
we worked through some pretty big hurdles, so I think we know we can pretty much climb I was gonna say Everfrost, because I'm still thinking EQ2, but it's Everest.
We're gamers, you know? It's what we do. It's who we are, and it's how we choose
Yeah,
to
I
live
mean,
our
like,
lives.
kind of taking game from gamers, it kind of sucks. Like, I understand those extremes that they shown in this documentary, this fucked up, like, cases, but otherwise it's like, why take game away from gamers? If they can, like, have their life, normal real life, and the online life, then that's fine. Bah, so restoration business, oh, that's good for him. But like, I've been living with them, and it's been like waking up in the morning and then just like doing some stuff, gaming, then doing other stuff, eating and gaming and doing other stuff. I think it's like, if you have your mind wrapped around it and you are just like doing other things and want to do other things too, then it's like, I think it's good. I think it's like a balanced life in a gamer's, you know, perspective. To be honest, I think that, at least for me, like, I'm saying this just from my personal experience, I think it's just like, if you have something like, you know, if you have both things separated and both things doesn't really go and overlap each other, and you are not overwhelmed by both of them, then I think it's just good. I think life can be lived as a gamer, though. But you know what? Once in a while, that's good for them too. Playing game from time to time. Probably that will be copyrighted. You never know. But yeah, I think that was like a good documentary. I don't think there is anything else other than credits here. But yeah, I think that was nice and good documentary. Like, I enjoyed watching this. Like, to be honest, lately I've been watching like a lot of much longer content, off stream at least. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like, yeah, there is this weird extremes that people have with, for example, that boy, that son who shot himself. That's actually mega fucked up, and I'm really sorry that she couldn't do anything. But from the other side, the fact that she's like now trying to help people who had the same problem as her son is like, it's really good of her, because otherwise she could just like also kill herself and just like doesn't care about anything else. She lost her son to the game and she could be just like, I have nothing else to do, but like she decided she wants to help people, so that's good too. I think that was a nice documentary.